I tried paddleboard yoga, and this is my experience trying paddleboard yoga as a formerly anxious person. Hello, and welcome back to the Living My 2.0 YouTube channel. I'm Julia, your mindset and anxiety coach. Today I'm going to share with you a personal story about my experience trying a brand new activity, which is paddleboard yoga. I'm going to share with you my personal experience trying out this new activity and my reflections on it and what I got out of trying this new activity. I'm going to share my viewpoint on trying new activities as somebody who was a formerly anxious person and just why trying new activities as an anxious person is so difficult. So let's dive in. So my interest in paddleboard yoga dates back a few years ago, actually. So in my neighborhood, I always take a walk around these trails and paths that we have, and there is a lake nearby. And a few years ago, I was walking along a path and I saw this paddleboard yoga class happening in the middle of the lake. And I thought it was really interesting at the time, and even though it kind of piqued my interest, I also thought that there was no way that I was ever going to do it. Back a few years ago, I still had really bad chronic anxiety, and the idea of trying new things and even doing water activities was really out of my comfort zone. So even though there was a little spark of interest in me that kind of felt intrigued by the idea of paddleboard yoga, I just wrote it off and I never looked into it further. I just knew that there was no way in my current state of mind that I would be able to try something that scared me that much. Fast forward to now in 2022, when I spent all of 2021 improving my mindset and overcoming anxiety, I came across this ad again for doing paddleboard yoga. And this time it excited me and I knew that I was going to do it. After doing all this personal development work that I've done on myself, I now embrace new things and new challenges as something that's exciting and something that's brings me happiness and joy. Just trying new things is something that really ignites me and energizes me, and that's a complete 180 from the person I used to be. So this time when I came across the paddleboard yoga classes, I immediately signed up for the next class. When it actually came to the day of doing the paddleboard yoga class, I was so excited. I woke up early, I got ready, and I drove down to the lake where they do the yoga classes, and honestly, I thought that I would have a little bit of fear going into it. I thought that I'd be a little nervous to do it because I'm somebody who's not super comfortable in deep water, and paddleboard yoga is something I hadn't really done before. So the idea of doing it I thought would bring me a little bit of fear and anxiety, but it was actually the exact opposite. I just felt so pumped and so energized and so excited to get on that board and paddle out to the middle of the lake to do the class. When I actually did the class, I just realized how enjoyable it was. I enjoyed it so much. I was able to connect with the board and feel the water around me and feel the waves moving as I was going through the yoga poses, and it was just really calming and really relaxing and really enjoyable to be able to connect with nature and also be doing movement and activities that were good for my body and promoted my health. I'm all about nature and living a healthy lifestyle, so this activity just really lit me up and was so fun. After doing one class, I knew that I'd want to do it again, and now it's something that I look forward to every week, and I go to a class whenever I can because I just get so much enjoyment and so much fun out of it. And I wanted to share my experience with you trying paddleboard yoga because as a formerly anxious person, it really caused me to do some self-reflection and look back at the person I used to be compared to the person I am now. So the old Julia would have never done a paddleboard yoga class, and there's a few reasons why. First off, I had really chronic anxiety, which stopped me from doing new things or from doing things out of my comfort zone. And this is something that is really common for people who experience anxiety because doing something new and doing something that's potentially scary, potentially dangerous, really triggers anxiety for people who already have a very high level of anxiety. So the thought of doing this class years ago, back when I had anxiety, just wasn't even an idea that I could ever pursue. It was something that was too potentially traumatizing to me, potentially triggering, and I would have never had the enjoyment in that class that I had now, because if I had ever had even just a little bit of bravery to try it all those years ago, I would have traumatized myself into making it a bad experience because I would have not been able to focus and be present in the moment. And I didn't have those skills then that I have today to really anchor into the present moment, to calm my anxiety and nervous system and really enjoy doing new things. So that would have never worked. So the fear of doing something new is definitely something that used to hold me back, but also I used to not be able to even enjoy yoga back in the day when I was anxious. And the reason for this is also that I was anxious too much of the time, and my nervous system was so dysregulated that whenever I tried to do any sort of activity that was calm and supposed to be very slow paced and supposed to allow you to relax, it actually would trigger my anxiety. I'm not sure if you've experienced this, if you're somebody who experiences anxiety and you try to do something very easy and slow paced, such as a gentle yoga class or a nice walk, and sometimes those things trigger your anxiety. That is something that is very common for anxiety sufferers because your mind and your body is literally rejecting this ease and flow that you are trying to put it in because your nervous system is just so out of whack and so dysregulated that you can't even enjoy activities that are supposed to be calming and quieting and soothing. And the third reason the old me would have never done paddleboard yoga is because I've never really been super confident in water and deep water. I've always kind of had a fear of it. So just that alone would make me not want to do it. And when I really do the self-reflection and I look at that person I used to be and I look at the person I am now, I know the thing that bridged that gap was doing mindset and personal development work. Mindset and personal development work were the catalysts to me being able to overcome my biggest challenges and my biggest fears, to me being able to overcome anxiety and become a more confident person that embraces change and embraces trying new things. And I would have never been able to develop into that person I am today that is comfortable and energized and happy doing new and challenging things if I had never done mindset work and personal development work to get me to become that person that I am today. Mindset work really allowed me to face my fears and to overcome my obstacles and challenges. And part of that process is embracing new things, embracing change, embracing trying new things in order to get positive results out of them. So the more that you put yourself in that state of being, the more that you stretch outside of your comfort zone, the more that you try new things, the stronger your ability becomes to become comfortable with doing new things and trying new things and embracing change in your life, because until you learn how to do that, you're not going to be able to evolve from the person you are now to the person that you want to be. So that's what mindset work is all about. It's about taking you from where you are now and providing you with the tools and the knowledge and the mindset shifts that you need in order to overcome those challenges and obstacles that have been holding you back in your life. We want to get rid of those challenges and obstacles and fears and step into a more confident, brave, secure state of being so that you can live the life that you've always dreamt of living. When we can embrace trying new things, when we can embrace going out of our comfort zone, it becomes less scary because we realize that on the other side, joy and happiness and fulfillment is waiting for us. And all it takes is that leap of faith for us to discover it. So a question I have for you is, what is your anxiety holding you back from doing? Are you like me a few years ago who would see something like paddleboard yoga or another activity that interested you and just completely wrote it off right away because you just thought that you couldn't do it because your anxiety was just too out of whack? You thought that it would trigger your anxiety. You let anxiety hold you back from trying something new that could potentially be very enjoyable for you because of anxiety. So I want you to really think, what does anxiety hold you back from doing and from trying? And what does anxiety hold you back from being? Who would you be if anxiety was no longer a dominant factor of your life? Because I could tell you from my experience that overcoming anxiety and eliminating that factor from my life completely has been able to transform me from the person I used to be into the person I am today. And that person is so confident, so brave, embraces life, embraces change, embraces trying new things, because I know that the more things that I expose myself to, the more things that I try, the more potential there is for happiness and fulfillment on the other side of any fear or temporary discomfort. And that's really the true meaning of happiness. That is the way that you want to live in order to live life fully. So if you're ready to say goodbye to your anxiety, if you're ready to break up with your anxiety and willing to embrace change and trying new things and up-leveling your life, becoming that version of yourself that you've always dreamed of being, then I encourage you to check out my online course, Shift Your Mindset 101. I created Shift Your Mindset 101 as an online self-study course, so you can purchase it and go through it on your own timeline. And this course was really built for people just like you who are new to mindset work, new to personal development work, and you're just looking for some guidance and you're looking for the tools that you need in order to create positive change in your life. The course has 3 modules that walks you through all the pivotal steps that you need to embrace and you need to go through in order to start rewriting those negative patterns that are in your mind, start rewriting those negative beliefs, start embracing change in your life, and start trying new things, because on the other side of trying new things is success and happiness and fulfillment. And in this course, I teach you how to do all of that for yourself. I'm all about empowering you with the tools and the knowledge and the techniques and everything you need to create change in your own life. So if you want to learn more about Shift Your Mindset 101, I'll drop a link in the description below and you can check it out. I would love to have you take part in the course and to change your own life for the better. That's all for today's video. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm so appreciative that you're here and you've spent some time with me. And if you enjoyed this video, remember to give it a thumbs up and to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, so you never miss any of my new uploads. And if you want to follow me in between videos, please follow me on Instagram. That is my most active platform, and that's where you can get more mindset and anxiety tips and goodies from me. So make sure to connect with me on Instagram as well. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you next time. Bye.